Yeah. Councillors, I'd like to draw this meeting into order and declare it open, being the Council Extraordinary Meeting, Monday the 9th of May 2022. It is being recorded. As most meetings, and we've got a full house, including the overflow room with video, and I'm going to ask our Dave to read out just the health and safety announcement. Dave.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this meeting of Waikato Regional Council. Just a few brief notes. When you're moving around the building, if you could please wear your masks, that would be appreciated. You can remove them when you're seated. We've set out seatings in this and the room next door. If there are no seats available, then the room is at capacity, and please try the other one. There's no standing room as such. Bathrooms are just out the door and to the left-hand side. And in the event of a fire alarm or some other alarm, please follow the instructions of staff. The fire exit is out the door and to the right or through reception, depending on the instructions that staff are giving. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Dave. My first task is call for apologies. I think we've got a full house. Is that right, Dave? I also would like to just welcome everybody to this meeting that obviously concerned in regard to upholding democracy, and particularly I'd like to welcome members from the Bay of Plenty Council, kia ora, and also His Worship the Mayor as well. Ash, thank you for taking the time to come in your busy schedule. The confirmation of the agenda, it has been set out. It's kind of several parts to it. The most important part, obviously, is that where we consider the removal of the chair. I have been advised by the top constitutional lawyer that would be a conflict of interest if I chaired that part, and I certainly will not be chairing that part. But I understand our deputy chair, Katarina, will be doing that part of the agenda. Chris, would you like to add any further comment?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and kia ora councillors. I just want to acknowledge the members of the public who are here, both in the council chamber, those in the room next door. I see some familiar faces there, and those who might be online watching the live stream. Just also like to acknowledge Worship the Mayor, Ash Tanner, and other councillors who are present in the room, both from Bay of Plenty Regional Council and from the City Council that I'm aware of. The matters raised today are extremely important for Council, and as we can see, there's a high amount of public interest in it. As the Chief Executive, I've tried to ensure that there's a fair process in place for the meeting to run smoothly, and importantly, that any risks to Council are fully understood in going into this. On the back of matters that have been raised with me in recent days, last week, by some councillors, I have sought advice from staff, and due to the seriousness of the matters, I've sought external legal advice. That legal advice has been circulated to all councillors over the weekend. All councillors have received the same advice. The advice has indicated there are risks that you need to be aware of. To this end, my Chen from Chen Palmer has offered to attend in a confidential meeting to assist councillors of any questions they may have regarding the advice that she's given. So, Mr. Chairman, I'm recommending that Council should move into public excluded session for a short time. What this means for those who are the public who are here and those who are online is that those in the chamber will need to vacate for the period of which we're public excluded, and those watching online streaming, the streaming will cease and it will recommence when we move back into open meeting. That's me, Mr. Chair. So I'm suggesting that someone move that we move into public excluded.
Just by comment, while members of the public sounds disjointed, the advice we've had is that this is the best way to move this forward in the most appropriate way. I have pleasure in moving that we move into the public excluded section of this agenda. Moved by Remington, seconded by Councillor Mahuta. All those in favour, please say aye. Those against, it's carried. We now move into the publicly excluded timeframe, Mr. CEO.
Look, I understand that May Chen is available for up to half an hour. So for those, it may not take that long, but for those